Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us. Team Mosso at the1916company.com. It is in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Reach out to us directly, tmosso at the1916company.com. Today, we are discussing a watch launched in 2007 and is one of the best from the 2002 to 2018 Breitling Bentley partnership. While many of those watches are known for their size and bombast, this Breitling Bentley Mark VI Complications 19 is actually quite a bit different, being reasonably sized by Breitling Bentley standards and chock-a-block with unexpected features and refinements from a mechanical standpoint. So, this watch, named after the Bentley Mark VI, which was the first Bentley built entirely in-house at Crewe. So Rolls-Royce Bentley built that vehicle from the chassis up, including the bodywork. It was not built as a chassis and an engine and then coach built externally. The Mark VI was also notable for being the first Bentley that featured all steel bodywork. Believe it or not, wood use in body construction, especially in Europe, continued right through the 1950s. In the 40s, the Mark VI had gone fully steel. So the watch you see right here is a semi-perpetual calendar chronograph moon phase and a chronometer. It's reasonably sized in steel at 42 millimeters in diameter, 16.3 millimeters thick, and then from lug tip to lug tip, 50.5 millimeters, 53.3 millimeters from end link to end link. So we do have solid end links on this speed bracelet. We have a spacing between the lugs of 22 millimeters. So I'm going to throw this watch on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and you can see it wears quite nicely. I would say my wrist is probably the smallest that can wear this well, but it looks fine. It sits comfortably. I think it's fantastic and a really good match. So if your wrist is 16 centimeters circumference or larger, game on. And because it does have a cupped case back that sort of nestles down and sinks into the wrist, it wears lower than expected for its thickness, and it will slide underneath the cuff. Taking a look at the bracelet, it looks a lot like the Pilot bracelet, but this is actually the short-lived Breitling Bentley speed bracelet. It's a custom build for Breitling Bentley watches, a 5-link design with a diagonal orientation like the Pilot. Nevertheless, there is a difference in the proportion of the outer links and the inner links. Outer links tend to be wider than on the Pilot. Inner links tend to be thinner. You can see it's all in high polish. We have a semi-integrating end link right here to better mate it to the case. Then we have, in profile, removable links fixed by screws. Taking a quick look, you can see that we have a single fold deployant clasp. There is a clamshell lock. Note here that the clamshell is fixed by a screw, so if its tolerances ever wear down, it can be replaced. It's not a pinned or fixed clamshell, so they're thinking long-term. You can see that because this is the speed bracelet, it is Breitling Bentley, and the clasp is unique to the bracelet. Taking a quick look here, you can see that we have not just a couple of different anchoring points for the spring bar inside of the clasp, we also have a multi-position quick release system that allows you to rapidly set and anchor and fine-tune the fit. A very cool system. Let me just get this little tag out of the way here. And the tolerances of the clasp remaining outstanding. Breitling Bentley speed bracelet. A very important thing. It is not a standard Pilot. The bezel here on a steel watch, but the bezel is platinum. You can see it uses a knurling that'll be familiar to both Breitling Bentley and Bentley fans, as this knurling is all over historic and contemporary Bentley cars. It's often something that people will custom order today. Taking a quick look at the profile, the case is relatively simple. Everything is polished. You can see pusher adjusters for the semi-perpetual calendar, large angular integrated lugs, oblong chronograph pushers. We do have a screw-down crown. The watch is water-resistant to 100 meters. On the dial side, there's a sort of rounded square at center with a concentric pattern. If you look carefully, you can see there is a brushed sunburst that starts on the center and then emanates out underneath the hour track. The hour indices are applique, rhodium-plated steel. We have a moon phase. We have broadsword style minute and hour hands, and you can see there's a scale out board for reading your fractions of seconds, and minutes more easily. Let's do a loom shot real quick. So you can see it's an easy watch to read in the dark, such as during the 24 hours of Le Mans. Bentley would know all about that. We do have coaxial registers, so this is a 1461 semi-perpetual calendar. So unlike, say, an annual calendar, it doesn't need to be corrected every year during the jump from February to March, but during the leap year, when February 29th rolls around, you will make one correction. So irregular length months and all Februaries except the leap February. That is why this is a 1461 semi-perpetual calendar. 1,461 days in between corrections. So we have our chronograph hours and day, chronograph minutes and month, and then our running seconds and date. We have a chronograph module that includes a vertical clutch, so it is a modular chronograph. You can see the center line of the pushers above the center line of the crown. The base movement is an ETA 289282. Because of the vertical clutch, there's no extraneous movement or play. When you start the chrono, it's always seamless. We do have a stop seconds function, 5-position adjustment. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. We may also have some questions from folks about whether the intermediate position of the crown actually does anything, and you can see quite clearly that it does not. But that is your hacking or stop seconds function. We have a little Breitling anchor counterweight on the chronograph seconds hand. We're going to flip everything over, open up the clasp again, take a look at the case back. Breitling calls this caliber 19. Caliber 19 is the 289282 base with a semi-perpetual calendar chronograph module. So you can see the Breitling winged B right there. You can see that this is a P code watch and that we have caliber 19. P is the combination of platinum and steel. 19 is the caliber. 3 means it is a certified chronometer. And it is adjusted in 5 positions, COSC certified. The watch has a 4 Hertz beat rate, 42-hour power reserve, and of course, this screw-down crown, screwed-in case back, the 100-meter water resistance. There is a lot to love. And if you love it, reach out to us. T Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.